Today we will compare linear convolution with circular convolution. What is the basic difference in that? What is required to do linear convolution using circular convolution? Okay. So what we refer to circular convolution as linear convolution is if there is a system which has an input x1 of n, its impulse response is given by h of n and output is called as y of n. So this is the impulse response, this is the input. Okay. So whatever the output we are getting here, y of n, is called convolution of the input sequence with the impulse response. Okay. So this is a practical operation where you give an input to a system and at the output you get linear convolution. So linear convolution is more important when we are going to consider the convolution. So linear convolution is important. Okay. But circular convolution is easy to compute because we use matrix method to perform circular convolution. Okay. So it is easy to compute but the answers are different. With the practical example we'll calculate these two. Okay. So we have taken two sequences x1 of n considered as input of this and h of n, it is the impulse response of the system. So filtering operation is going on, output is taken as linear convolution. Okay, because it is a practical operation. Okay, so we'll perform linear convolution using tabular method. Because that method is fast, we'll come to that method. So write sequence x of n here, x0, x1, x2 and x3. Write h of n, h0, h1, h2 and h3. We'll write the samples here 1, 1, 1, 1 and this is also 1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay. We'll multiply this 1, 1, 1, 1. This by this 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. We'll draw dashed lines, shifted adding. Okay. So this is your first sample. Here x0 and h0 is coinciding to each other. So this is your y0. So y of n will write like this. The first sample is 1. This is the index. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now the third 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 4. 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3. 1 plus 1 2 and this last one is 1. So you can check here the length is 7. Okay. The output will write in this corner for reference. Y of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. So this is of length Ly is equal to 7. Okay. Lx, length of this sequence x was 4. Lh was 4. Ly is calculated as Lx plus Lh minus 1, that is equal to 4 plus 4 minus 1, that is equal to 7. So length of linear convolution is 7. But our length of, we'll perform circular convolution on these two sequences. Length is equal, so no need of matching the length. So we'll directly calculate. We'll form a circulant matrix 1, 1, 1, 1 for x of n. 1, 1, 1, 1. This one is shifted here. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So this is your y1 of n. I'll name it y1 of n because we're in different cases we are going to check what will be the output. So here we'll get the output, this row multiplied by this column, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So all the samples are going to be this. Now check the first 4 samples. Only this sample is matching. These 3 samples are corrupt because this 1 is added into this 3 to get 4. This 2 is added into 2 to get this 4. This 3 is added into 1 to get this 4. So these 3 samples are not coming. This is circularly shifted and getting added into these 3 samples. So these 3 samples are corrupt samples. Okay. The actual one sample, which is the exact sample in case of linear convolution, is only this sample. Okay. So what to do for this case? We'll do 0 padding of 1 0 in this sequence. Okay. And perform this circular convolution again. Okay. Let us check what happens here. So again we'll call it y2 of n. Now we'll 0 pad into this 2. So this, while forming circulant matrix, we'll add a 0. 0 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1, last column 1 1 1 0 1. Okay. This is the circulant matrix 1 1 1 1 0. Okay. So here we'll get answer for y2 of n. This one is 0, so we'll consider only this first 4 columns. So this is 3. This is again 3. This is again 3. This one is 4. And this one is 3. Now check first 5 samples. Now we are getting these 3 samples, correct samples, and these 2 samples are not coming. These are mixed into these 2 samples again to get this 3. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So these are corrupt samples. Okay. These are not the actual samples. These 3 samples are corresponding to the linear convolution, whatever we want here. Okay. So what we need to do to get exact output as linear convolution, we have to pad more zeros here. Okay. So what is the length of the sequence required? Here the length is 7. So we'll make the length is equal to 7 for x of n and h of n both. Okay. So let us see what happens in this case. So name it as y3 of n, 1 1 1 1, and 3 zeros padded, 0 1 1 1 1, 0 0, 0 0 1 1 1 1, 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1, 1 0 0 0 1 1 1, 1 1 0 0 0 1 1, 1 1 1 0 0 0 1. Okay. Now 1 1 1 1 0 0 0. First 4 are 1, rest of are 0. So consider this. Okay. So 1. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, again this is 4, now 3, now 2, and this last one is 1. So in this case you can check y3 of n is equal to y of n. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. All samples are same. So with this 0 padding, 3 zeros, we are getting this circular convolution which is equivalent to our linear convolution. Okay. So we can say that for getting linear convolution output with the method of circular convolution, you have to pad zeros to the sequence. Okay. But how many zeros? We have a sequence Lx, length 4, LH is equal to length 4, Ly was coming out to be 7. Okay. So Ly was having formula Lx plus Lh minus 1. So suppose it is a longer sequence. So leave that longer sequence. Take this and pad these number of zeros. 0 padding. 0 padding of Lh minus 1 zeros is required to get an equivalent output to linear convolution. So in this method is called as finding linear convolution using circular convolution. And why circular convolution is used? Because we find out this in matrix method. So calculations are easy to perform it on a computer. So circular convolution is a fast method to find out the convolution, but the exact output is not obtained if you are keeping the length same. So you have to change the length, you have to pad zeros. How many zeros? The shorter sequence minus 1. That number of zeros are required to be padded into both of the sequences, make their length equal, and then find out circular convolution, and that output will be equivalent to linear convolution.